Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Three topics for this video, but they're all under one umbrella, that is NATO. Will NATO disintegrate because of the Russian war? Will NATO restructure itself / be restructured by the United States of America? Will NATO countries go to war among themselves due to Greenland? Or the Russian Federation will be a partner and maybe a NATO member state. I have three articles here that we're going to discuss these little topics. Let's start with the first one. Russia Today. This is from the 14th of March 2025. Trump's claims to Greenland could spark war between NATO countries. Danish MP says. The United States President has reiterated his intention to annex the Arctic island from Denmark. US President Donald Trump's plan to take over Greenland could lead to a war between the US and Denmark. Okay. Danish MP and Defense Committee Chairman Rasmus Jarlov has warned the lawmaker insisted that giving the Arctic island to the US remains out of the question for Copenhagen. Jarlov's remarks came after Thursday's meeting between Trump and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, where former reaffirmed his intention for Greenland to become part of the US. Asked about his vision on the potential annexation of Greenland, Trump responded, "I think it will happen," suggesting NATO could, and I'm quoting, "be instrumental in the process." Rutte stopped short of endorsing the idea. He acknowledged that Trump was totally right to raise concerns about security in the Arctic, citing the growing presence of Russia and China in the region. In a post on X on Friday, Jarlov, the Danish MP, said Denmark does not appreciate the Secretary General of NATO joking with Trump about Greenland like this. It will mean war between two NATO countries. He warned, reiterating that Denmark has repeatedly refused to consider relinquishing control of Greenland. In a separate post, he wrote that joining, and I'm quoting, the United States remained completely out of the question for Greenland, and that such a scenario can only be achieved if the United States of America invades militarily. Greenland has just voted against immediate independence from Denmark and does not want to be American either or ever. This is today. Tomorrow things could change. First, United States of America already militarily occupies Greenland. Got that? So de facto, United States of America has troops. Trump says they have two military bases, air bases over there. I think they have one with infiltration. Now, Greenland's population is, if I remember correctly, 50-some thousand people. 50,000. You know what it is? Two neighborhoods, all right? Or one household in China. I just was a joke. That was a joke. So 50,000. United States has military presence over there. First one. Second one. There will be no war between Denmark and the United States of America. Denmark will be occupied by the American troops from Europe before Denmark even looks towards Greenland. Not even deciding to go there, just to look. They will be like snatched and out. United States of America and Great Britain, in this case I think United States of America, will push the buttons, and those guys who will oppose the United States of America's illegal annexation of another territory of another country, they will be, purged, and the people will say yes tomorrow. That's the way it's going to be. It's not going to be any war started. These guys will be smacked before they even want to go to war. Now, I will tell you why Denmark will... This is just yes, this Yaroslav is true. He's right. The problem is the guys who really have power in Denmark will agree with whatever the United States of America's interests tell them, which is they will do it. Do you remember how the NSA, National Security Agency, penetrated Europe and got into Merkel's personal phone and in communication in the European through Denmark? That happened in 2018, 17, 19. Anyway, a few years back, 7 years maybe, 8 years, 6 years, something like this. They went through with the acceptance, with the agreement from Denmark. So that tells you Denmark is already done, has been done. My friends, Denmark will do whatever these guys are saying. And there's not going to be any war. That's the first one. War between NATO countries, it's not something new. It happened before. You don't know when. Between Turkey and Greece. So being a NATO member state doesn't guarantee you that you're going to be a peaceful country. You're going to fight with your baboons inside your organization. Next topic involves Russia maybe joining NATO. We'll see. Russia Today. NATO countries should restore ties with Russia. Bloc chief. This he was told what to do. He's just, and the key word is just a secretary. It would be, quote unquote, normal for relation to be resumed once the Ukraine conflict is over. Mark Rutte has suggested. Europe and the United States should gradually normalize relations with Russia once the Ukraine conflict is over. So, you see what's important? Under what kind of circumstances is over? Does it matter, the outcome? Or NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has said, the statement comes a day after the head of the U.S. military bloc met President Donald Trump at the White House and amid ongoing efforts by Washington to establish a ceasefire between Moscow and Kiev. Speaking to Bloomberg TV on Friday, Rutte recalled that he had many dealings and many negotiations with Putin while Prime Minister of Netherlands. And I'm quoting, long term, Russia is there. Russia will not go away. Oh, I thought it's going to be a strategic defeat on Russia. No, not no more. And he said it's normal if the war would have stopped for Europe somehow, step by step, and also for the US, step by step, to restore normal relations with Russia. Well, let me tell you this. Does it matter how the war ends? Would that make a difference? So let's say Putin wins. Let's say Putin is over, the war is over once Putin, I'm becoming like them right now, right? Pussified. Russia takes over Ukraine and that's it. The war is over. This guy said, we're not gonna, don't come over, we're not, that's it. So the war is over. Under that circumstance, will NATO countries will be partner with the Russians? Well, or it goes without saying that if these guys succeed of destroying Russia and taking over more than they did during Yeltsin's times, then obviously Russia will be very well partitioned in a certain way. The nuclear weapons will be taken. Or make sure that 100 control. I mean, with time, step by step, as he said. So in that condition, yes, Russia will become a fellow vassal state within NATO. United States is Al Capone's NATO. Russia will never, I don't want to say never, 99% certain, Russia will not ever join NATO as a partner to the United States of America having the vassals. Why would the United States of America do this? The United States of America would agree Russia to be part of NATO if Russia is defeated. That means vassal. This is the Washington Treaty. It's not Copenhagen or Berlin or Moscow's or Berlin or London's treaty. It's Washington's treaty, NATO. The United States of America said, you buddies, come over here, right here. I'm going to protect you. I'm the fox, come over here, chicken. I'm going to protect you. Okay? So again, Russia will not be there unless it's a vassal state. And Russia doesn't want to be a vassal state. Russia already has China, India, and others. Exactly for the same reason. But not as the fox with a chicken. No. So, remember, if you don't remember, I tell you, I break the news here for you. When Vladimir Putin was prime minister, I think at that time, of the Russian Federation, he met Bill Clinton. And Bill Clinton, I can't remember if he was prime minister, I think he was prime minister. Putin asked Bill Clinton, so what do you think about this idea? One day Russia joined NATO. And Clinton was like, I don't think so. I don't, suave, no. I don't think so. You're too strong. Oh, actually, our organization is against you, buddy. So that's with that. But hey, they will restore. What changed? I tell you what changed. If you can't defeat them, join them. The same with Russia. They couldn't defeat Russia in 3 years. They will try again. They will try again. And don't think that the Russians are innocent, like, oh my God, okay, they're trying to. It's a war out there that we don't see or we see. It's there anyway. Now, the intensity we don't understand because they don't allow us. We don't have the information intelligence to figure out what kind of real war is over there. But it is. It is. I mean, secret services, spies and all that, they're there. And military presence and so on. And this is the last one, where NATO chief confirms Ukraine membership out of the question. Russia has long identified Kiev aspirations to join the bloc as among the key causes of the conflict. So that means NATO lost, and NATO is, how do you call it? They confirm that. So the Ukrainians said that they, in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia, they told the Americans over there in the negotiation, supposedly, I covered that in a video yesterday, that NATO is not going to be peace with Russia if Ukraine is not going to be a member of NATO. And I made a point yesterday, you are not asked, you are told, but supposedly, you want to go to a movie, you have to pay money, but the guy from the over there says, you can't come in the movie theater. We don't like you. I know, whatever you did. They said, you have to get me in. That's my theater, buddy. Oh, discrimination, blah, blah. It doesn't work that way. They tell you about non-discrimination, all that. That's for baboons like us here. Them over there, in the real world, it's a lot of discrimination. Believe me. Discrimination, they violate any principle and any international law there is if they want to achieve a goal. Examples: Yugoslavia, bombardment, Iraq, invasion, Afghanistan, Libya, Syria. I mean, that's America has been having military bases in Syria since, at least 10 years. They're having over there 900 people. Now they have 2,000 people sucking dry Syria's oil resources from the northeast of Syria. That was illegal. Anybody? I'm listening. So, please, my friends. All right, so here it is. NATO accepts defeat, doesn't want to be really trumpeting it because the baboons here were going to have a depression and they will not work hard. But hey, the point is they will go to the psychiatrist. The psychiatrist will prescribe them some medication and they will be happy, consumer, and hardworking, shut the hell up citizens. Exactly how they want us. Consume, shut the hell up, work hard as well, and then when you stop having energy, then you just pass away. Why? We'll make sure that your pensions will not allow you to stay alive. That's the way it is. You don't think that's the way it is? Well, stick around. Go around the block halfway only. So NATO lost. NATO might now they're friends with want to be friends with the Russians. Why? They couldn't defeat them, and Russia is too big. But if you got kicked out of the house through the door, you try to get in through the window. The same here. They couldn't defeat Russia on the battlefield with all the sanctions. They will try sugarcoating everything. Let's be friends. Oh, come on over here. No, don't be afraid. Come on. I'm your friend. See, I don't have any weapons. Come on. Okay. That's how you do it. Then you do with the pigeons or with the animals. You gain trust. And when they gain trust, you cage them. Boom. That's what they try to do with Russia now. They didn't succeed with, and Putin is not gonna live infinitely forever. So now we're friends, and with friends we're gonna try to re-penetrate you with our NGOs, with our media, free media, and many others. We're gonna pay people, try you to be a double, and so on. Be a traitor to your country. That's how they do it. They try to re-infiltrate, and then in about maybe a generation and a half. After that, they will do it again, not with a war. The Russians will just realize, hey, I think it's better to not be Russians, not have a country, not be independent. We love you, man. We want to be like you. Why? I don't know. We love diversity and inclusion. and they will screw themselves, by themselves, through themselves. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.